Okay, so she should be joining us again. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. All I know is that it bluffered for like a while. Like, that's all I know. Okay. She should be joining us, though. She should be joining us. Okay. Well, hopefully this one works. Hopefully she can join us this time. Hello? 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 Oh God, you guys. Oh God, it looks like it's bluffering again. What the heck's going on? What's going on? Oh my God. I know. She froze. I know. I don't know what happened. Her connection, something's really wrong about her connection. Maybe her Wi-Fi is not working or something like that, but she should join back with us in a second. I apologize, you guys. But yeah, we will still have the interview. She's still going to join us. It's just a matter of her getting her connection together. So, yeah. She's joining us again, you guys. She's joining us again. So yeah, she sent another request, so she'll be joining us in a second. Let's see if if it works this time. Hello? Hello? Oh my God. I don't know what's going on because it worked fine when we did the Kai interview. Now her internet connection's not working. Oh my God, I think we're losing her again, you guys. I think we're losing her again, unfortunately. Come back, come back. Wow. I don't know what's going on with her internet connection or why, like, it's not connecting. I have no idea what's going on. So, like I said, I'm gonna have her join me one more time, and if she cannot be brought up or anything, then unfortunately I am gonna have to end this live, and I am gonna have to inbox her, and then we're gonna have to set this up again. So, hopefully she joins us again so that I can bring her up. Because I know that she's, hold on, let me see. I don't know what's going on with her internet connection and why, like, I have no idea. Hey!
Hey, is it going to stay this time? I don't. I swear to goodness, I have no idea what was going on. I was on my tablet, and my tablet apparently didn't like the podcast, so I'm on my phone. I was trying not to be on my phone because, if people call me, it's going to interrupt it.
Yeah, just put it on. Yeah, with the phones, I say put it on Do Not Disturb, and you should be fine.
Yeah, but hopefully nobody desires to call me right now.
No, I completely understand. But, connection issues and whatever, welcome to El3vation Podcast. I'm glad to have you on here. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, actually. You look really nice today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
See,
of course.
the first day you saw me, I was like just sitting here chilling, and I was like, oh my God! So I had to like do something real quick, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be on camera, but I'm normally not that hype.
Right. No, I feel you. So, like, I want to ask you real quick, like, how was it meeting Kai when we did that initial interview?
Oh, well, Kai and I actually have talked online before, like on IG Live or because I met him through TikTok. So, we became friends on there, and I was always in his live. So he made me a moderator, and then, it was just a cool friendship that kind of built and everything. So,
Okay.
and I like his energy. I like his vibe. His vibe with Kai.
Yeah, he seems like a very happy person. Like, very cool person.
Yes.
I really like him. So, enough of Kai. We're going to talk about you, because this is your interview.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I do want to ask you the simple, basic question I ask everybody, because I just want to know at this point, because, I want to know, your childhood and, like, your upbringing, and, like, I want to kind of, like, just get to know you, not just, talk about your business and talk about, Bawse Designs, which, I've already done my research, and it's a fantastic business from what I'm seeing. So we're going to get all into that. Mm-hmm. But first, I want to ask you, like, what was it like growing up for you?
That's a question that I didn't think I was going to be asked, because my mother is in here. So me growing up was pretty interesting, I guess you could say, to the least. Both my parents were, to give you a short version, because I am 40, so there's a lot of years.
Oh, okay.
I know I don't look 40, but I am.
No.
So I was born in 1981. I'm a summer baby. So both of my parents were married. When they divorced, I went with my mom, and so forth and so on. I ended up living with my dad, and grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So most people think I'm from Virginia, or they can't really, extenuate where my accent comes from.
Okay.
I kind of moved around a lot. My dad was in the military. So my accent is a little here and there. I pretty much was raised in the suburbs. So hence my mannerisms.
Right. No, I feel you.
So, but my life was pretty cool. It had some bumps in in there. I ended up being raised in a household with my dad. My mother was still in my life.
Okay.
She didn't go anywhere. But I ended up being raised by my dad. So, I had that tomboy phase that everybody else, had. Most girls who were raised by a man, they have that tomboy phase. So I had that tomboy phase. So, did the usual, graduated high school. I ended up figuring out what I wanted it to do when I went to college, because I actually did go to college. I decided to do culinary arts.
Oh, wow.
So
way different than what, you're doing what you're doing now.
Technically not that different, because
really?
that showed me my creative side.
Okay.
That showed me that, I can put stuff together. I can be real detail oriented. I like to make things that look like nothing to make it look pretty and attractive, and make people want to either eat it or buy it or stuff like that.
Right.
So that's really, and so once I graduated high school, I went directly to college. Yeah, I want to say that was a good idea. Maybe not.
Why you say not? Why you say maybe not?
I think maybe not, probably. Because a lot of people who graduate high school and go straight from, you just spent 12 years in school. And then, now you're going to spend another 4 years in school.
Right.
And, it's like constant school. So there was never a break. So if I would have did that break like some people that do and then went to school, I think I would have been a little better off, because it literally was like taking a fish and putting it in the frying pan. It ain't gonna know what to do. It's gonna be just flopping all over the place, and eventually it's just not gonna work right. But once I went to college, I did go to college for culinary arts. I went to Pennsylvania Culinary Institute. Now it's not called that anymore. It's called Culinary Institute of America, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, it changed its name. So that was pretty fun. I did 2 years. I still have the credits, but unfortunately something else happened, so I didn't graduate.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I kind of feel like I should have waited because when you're 18 and like 19, well, I was 18 when I graduated, but I was 19 when I went to college because my birthday's in July.
Right.
So you graduate in June, 18, you go to college, you're 19. I still had that high school mindset, and I was like, ooh, I'm on my own. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Oh, yeah, I know about that.
No, that was a big no-no. So I don't think that worked out to be my best thing to do. But, you can't change the past, so it is what it is.
I understand.
Yeah. So then once I left, because I did leave, but I was there for 2 years, so I currently have 2 years credit that I can do. Hey, Kels. So went from college, then went to New Jersey. Funny story, since my mom, I don't know if my mom is still in here, so funny story. So I think I was around 20 or 21. I think I was either just about to turn 21 or was 21 already. So I'd never been on a plane before.
Oh, wow.
No, now I have. But then I never was on a plane before. So my mom, hence I was a grown woman. My mom literally had to fly from New Jersey to Pennsylvania.
Are you serious?
To put me on a flight to get me to New Jersey. Yes.
Wow. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Because I'd never been on a plane before. I was super nervous. And I'm scared of heights. So just you tell me you're 37, what is it? 37,000, 38,000 something feet in the air? Yeah. Yeah. So literally, my mom had to come fly from New Jersey, because she was living in New Jersey at the time, fly from New Jersey to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because that's where I was at.
Wow.
Get me on the plane. Then these people put me in the back of the plane, of all places. I'm like, I just don't.
Wow.
Lord Jesus, help me. They put me on the back of the plane, to be exact.
Okay.
And so, a grown woman. Mm-hmm. So my mom had to sit beside me the whole time and hold my hand the whole time. Yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm. And then, now I can get on the plane by myself. I'm good now. I've been on the plane a few times, after that. And I was on the plane, that was literally the only time she had to do that, because I'd never been on a plane before. So, it was a very interesting story. And I laugh at it now, and I'm just like, wow, okay. Now I can go all over the place now.
Right.
So after that, I lived in Jersey for about a year and a half. Just worked. Try not to get head on with the weirdos. But Jersey was an interesting life. It was it's not as bad as people think. It really isn't. They do compete with New York, all the New York people. Yes, New Jersey really does compete with you guys. You win. But yeah, after that, I moved back to Virginia.
Okay.
Was there for a little bit. I worked I didn't go to school there. I just worked and, was trying to just figure out life because it was a lot that kind of happened all at one time. And I'm just, pretty much just figuring out life. It was cool. Then when my life really started to bloom and excel is when I moved from Virginia to Florida.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, I moved to West Palm Beach, Florida,
Virginia
to try to go
Florida.
back to school. Yes. So
How's
it was
transition?
not bad.
Okay.
I didn't like Florida when I first got there. Because, I went there to go to school. And I was going to behave and pay attention and do what I needed to do. And I was like all grown woman now, so I didn't have that child mindset. And I was like, I'm gonna do this, and everything was going to do great.
Right.
But I ended up going back to school for pastry arts, more of the art side. So that's with baking and learning how to bake and learning the construction of baking. And where it came from, where it started. And pretty much, before you get there, you already know how not to, burn down the kitchen. So they don't teach you how to do that because you should know that before you get there or you don't need to be here. Don't do that. So after that, I went to school. I think I was in school for about a month and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had a beautiful baby girl.
While you were in school?
Who is, yeah. And so in culinary art school and pastry art school, you have to be around a lot of ovens. You got to be around a lot of machines and mixers and all of this stuff. So you cannot be pregnant in school. It's not like going to school to be a lawyer or a doctor or not even, you can't even do it for a mechanic. But like schools that you don't have to be around equipment.
Right.
You can definitely be pregnant. No problems. But since in culinary art school, pastry art school, you cannot be pregnant while you're in certain classes because your stomach is in the way. I had to leave. This was, I didn't even say numbers or anything. So this was November 2005. November 7th, 2005. I had a lovely baby girl who is named Jasmine. She is 15, going on 16 years old this year. So, yes. So I ended up becoming a mom. And I'm actually a mom of 2 girls.
Wow.
Yes. I have a 15-year-old and I have a 7-year-old.
Wow. So, what was it like finding out that you were pregnant? What was that moment like for you? Was it oh my God, are you serious? What was your first reaction?
I was like, Lord, what did I do now? I was good. I was like, is this punishment? Seriously, because I was good. I was doing my work. I was in there, But yeah, apparently other things was in divine circumstances, and it was no, you're going to have a baby this year. Great, okay.
Wow.
And I was 25 years old. So,
okay.
I was a grown woman.
Right. Was you intentionally trying not to get pregnant? Was you on any pills or anything like that? Or did it just happen anyway?
No, because I wasn't doing anything, so I didn't need to be on anything. And so, but that situation is not going to be discussed.
Okay, we'll keep that under wraps. Because usually
Yes,
I try to dig and dig, but if I see a person like, nah, I'm like, I'll back up.
Yeah. Just know that, I had my baby girl that year, and motherhood then and now has been a beautiful thing. It's taught me a lot. Um, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. No problem.
But you got a
Um,
16-year-old. Like, how is it raising a teenager? Because I know, teenagers, once they reach, 13, 14, they get into that rebellious phase.
Having a 16, well, she will be 16 years old this year. So pretty much raising a teenager. So my 7-year-old, they're 8 years apart.
Right.
So it went from raising an 8-year-old, one child by yourself, into 8-year-old to a toddler. So, and then having a younger child with a teenager is interesting. They don't like the same things, obviously, because one's older, one's younger. When you buy if you have like children like close in age, you're like, if you buy one child a toy, you can buy the other child a toy.
Right.
And pretty much, buy the same toy. No, not mine.
No, I get it.
I had to, if I wanted to buy Alekia, my children's name. So Alekia is my youngest. If I wanted to buy her an actual just toy, and I wanted to buy Jasmine something else, I had to buy her she was really heavy into drawing, into art. So I bought her like art supplies or markers or notepads or, easels or something like that, while I'm buying Alekia, building blocks and how to do her numbers and do her ABCs, and because I'm really heavy into learning things.
Right.
Not so much just throwing them at the TV and say, here you go.
Right.
But yeah. So raising a teenager with a younger child is interesting, but it can be done. Pretty much you just got to give it balance. You can't, like I said, you can't do I'm going to buy one thing and then don't buy the other one something. Now, Jasmine, she pretty much wasn't really caring. Like, if I buy, Alekia something that was like learning aspects, she was like, well, you didn't buy me nothing. I didn't have that problem. Because, I have had people tell me before, it was like, if you buy one child something, you got to buy the other child something. So she was very understanding and knowledgeable that, I don't have to do that. So she didn't put that stress on me.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. Keely's, I can't say your name correctly for some reason.
Kels. It's pronounced Kels.
Oh, Kels says it's challenging because of the age gap and personality differences. Yeah, definitely. Especially from what she's telling you right now, like, to have like that big age gap. So I do want to ask you, because I'm just curious at this point, are there fathers in their lives right now?
Yes, both are in their lives. Both are loving parenthood. Alekia's dad was ecstatic. I mean, like, if you ever seen a man the happiest of like getting a video game or getting a new car or getting like money, that's how he was when he found out that I was going to that we were going to have a baby. Like, he was to the moon and back. Like, awesome dad. And I'm like, and dads don't really get a lot of recognition,
No,
but
not at
like
all. No.
when I tell you they are men of all sorts, no matter what your background is, that are great, wonderful fathers. And people should recognize that and know that and know that, everybody has a different sort of growing up experience. So they might not have their dad in their life, so they might have like that background, like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be a good dad, or I don't know if I'm going to be a good father because I didn't have my child in my life, and so forth and so on. But it takes with a lot of experience, and he didn't have his dad in his life that much, but that didn't stop him from being a great dad, though. So there really is no excuse.
Right,
Like none.
exactly. There's not. And yes, we do, dads do get a bad rep of leaving the kid's life after a certain age. You know what I mean? Like, that's the stereotype, especially in the Black community. So I completely understand.
Unfortunately,
You know what I mean?
but
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
But
Kalisa World says I have 2 boys, 16 and almost 7. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's one of my friends.
Okay, you guys are like
That's
best
us, like,
friends?
well, we're not best friends, but we are friends. We know each other.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's what's up. So I do want to now get into Bossy Designs because I feel like I got to know you very, very well. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that you told me about your kids and you told me about your upbringing in college and things like that. So, I do want to get into Bossy Designs, because that's how we discovered you. So I want to ask
Yeah.
you,
So
what made you?
I want to say
I'm sorry.
one thing first. It's pronounced Boss Designs.
Boss Designs.
Yes, you kept saying Bossy, and I'm like,
Why did you correct me the first time? I'm embarrassed.
because I was like,
I'm a little embarrassed now because, like, I was butchering the hell out of your name, and you didn't say anything. You were just letting it slide. I would just like, I wish you would have said it the first time, like, yo, like, it's Boss Designs, and I'd be like, okay, my bad.
it's pronounced just like BOSS, but that boss has a different meaning to it than BAWSE. It's two different meanings, kind of similar, but they're spelt differently.
So Boss
But it's
Designs,
still pronounced Boss Design.
so the E is silent.
The E is silent, yes.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that. Thank you so much. I was like Bossy Designs. Like, okay, I thought that was what it was, like Bossy. But apparently not.
It's fine because you're actually not the first person to pronounce it wrong. Because I think they're looking at it too hard. I'm like, don't overthink it. It's just Boss.
Okay, understand.
Mm.
Just like with me, people keep saying Angel Kai, it's Angel K. If you see my name, or whatever. I know. You'd have to look at my name and see what I'm talking about. But
Yeah,
but
that doesn't even make sense. But go ahead.
Well, it makes sense with my name or whatever, I guess. But I do want to ask you, what made you start designing like products for your, how I say it, like business, designing cups, designing T-shirts, designing all of these things. So I saw you designing, and then like, handmade, and then from what I've seen, hand making them. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So,
I
what
hand
made
make
you
a
get
lot
into
of my
that?
products. Well, as you can tell, I have a desire of creating things. Hence why I went to culinary art school, and then I went to pastry art school. I have that desire of being creative. I've always wanted my own business for like, I could say probably about the last 10, 15 years. But it was never, I guess you could say it was never the right time, or everything was always going on that it didn't make it time in my life at the moment. Boss Designs came up from COVID.
Mm-hmm. Okay, understandable.
last year when everything, I say when the world decided to cough on everybody. Hopefully nobody takes offense to that.
You said what on everybody? I'm sorry.
I said when the world decided to cough on everybody.
Well, from what they're talking about, they're saying that it might cough again on everybody because of other stuff that I don't want to, keep putting out into the universe. So we're just going to skip over that. So I'll get back to your story.
So, in this situation with everybody was getting fired and people were being laid off, and I was one of those fortunate people who was not laid off. So I still had my job, but like in my mind, I was like, everybody's starting these businesses now. I need to go ahead. I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get it done. So I started doing my research. I am a legalized actual business. So it's not just something that I do. There's an EIN number. I'm certified with the state of Maryland. I pay taxes on it, so it's a whole legit business through and through. I have business credit and all kinds of stuff. So, yes.
Credentials.
So, how I came up with the name was there's this young lady that I used to follow on YouTube. I don't know if I can say her name on here because she's actually kind of big. Like she started on YouTube. She is not on YouTube that often anymore. Now she's on mainstream media.
Okay.
But she came out with a lipstick line named Boss. It was just called Boss.
Okay.
And she explained what the meaning of the word. And since I followed her a lot and I liked her a lot, when that was the first thing that came up to my mind when I thought of what my name for my business should be. Something meaningful, of course, something that I like, of course, something that is going to be a little bit more eye-catching. I did not know so many people were going to have problems pronouncing it.
Yeah, eye-catching with silent E's and whatnot, huh?
So, when I thought about it, I was like, I'm going to name it Boss Designs because I actually went back and forth. I was like, okay, should I do Boss Creations or Boss Design with a Z or with an S? It was a lot of stuff going on. I wrote it down, which one I even asked my daughter. I was like, which one looks better? So she gave her a little bit of input on what the name should be. My mom gave her input on what the name should be. So when it came down to it, we ended up with Boss Designs. And then the Z is actually a capital Z. And, because that's homage to my daughter because my daughter's name is spelled Jazmine.
Okay.
She probably doesn't know that, but when she sees this, she's going to know.
Wow. Okay. So,
but yes,
that's a pretty interesting upbringing when it comes down to your business. You know what I mean? And I'm really, I'm really proud of you because I be seeing you on your videos. You be inspecting them cuts for hours at a time. So, do you be really inspecting them cuts for hours at a time?
Yes. I take pride in what I give out to people, and I don't want to give them nothing messed up, chipped up, dented. Something's broke, or by the time they get it, like by the time I put all the designs and everything, it's fine. But by the time they get it and just slide the little thing across on the lid, I don't want them to be like, oh my goodness, it's broke. So, I mess with it a few times to see how it works and everything. I do inspect all of my merchandise, everything.
Okay. So what's the toughest thing you think it is about being an entrepreneur and about running your own business?
Once it's not easy. It is absolutely not easy at all. Is it rewarding? Is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would not change anything for the world. I would not second guess it. More of marketing. you have to be great at marketing. You have to be pretty much like be consistent with it, constantly consistent with it. Like I I'm learning that. Like you can post or like you can, but you want to do it more outside of social media too.
Right.
So even though we're in the age of social media, you want to promote your business outside of social media. Make flyers, put them on mailboxes, put them on people's cars, because that's how some people's businesses got up. Because they used to,
Right.
there is not a person who did not walk to their car and have a flyer on their car anywhere. I don't
Right.
care where you are. And Walmart is
Oh no,
notorious for it.
that's true because my mom had a little cleaning service and we used to have to do that for her all the time. So, I completely understand when it comes down to that. So you really believe in appealing to tradition and actually, putting stuff up on, flyers and things like that. Because most people, they'll put out like Instagram ads and Facebook ads, or they'll go through an advertising company and they'll advertise it through Google and stuff like that. So like, are you more into the traditional way of advertising than this social media way?
I do both. I do both. Only because it was like, why wouldn't you do both? Believe it or not, there are some people who are not on social media. There is a very large portion of people who are on social media. So of course you're going to be on the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I think I said Instagram. But you want to get people who are not on social media, and the ones that are not on social media are the ones that's not following, because your ad or your post might not come across them, but they might see a flyer somewhere posted somewhere outside of social media. Then what people do, since people post everything, they'd be like, oh, I found such and such and such. I found Boss Designs. It says she's on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm coming out with a YouTube page.
Okay.
And Twitter and everything. Let me go see what she's about. But they didn't find me on social media. They found me outside of social media and then brought me into social media. So it kind of works for yourself. You got to put everything out there. Like, 'cause why wouldn't you? You're literally going to be leaving money on the table.
Right.
And you don't want to do that. You want to grab everything, even those crumbs.
Right, exactly. So, when it comes down to running your own business and stuff, like, so is it hard paying for, your own inventory and your own products?
Budgeting. Budgeting comes in big hand. Because of course, when you have a job, you can use your job to pretty much fund your business. And that's pretty much what I did. I used my job to fund my business. And then, of course, when you start getting sales and everything, you do like portions of, okay, this is the money. I'm going to set this money aside for the business. This money is going to go for inventory, and then this money is going to go for taxes. So you only use that money that you set aside to buy inventory. And the more you sell, the more money that's going to grow. So you can just use that money to get inventory. And luckily, inventory for my business isn't, anything ridiculous.
Right.
Like, I think the most expensive thing that I had to buy, which I only had to buy once, but I ended up buying it twice because it was the wrong size, was my heat press. Or my T-shirts. That was $329.
Oh wow.
But the first one that I bought, because it was smaller, the first one that I bought was $199, but it was small, and I was like, I can't really do too much with this. This is more for like decals or something like that. I want one that's more like 15 by 15. So I
Right.
bought a 15 by 15 heat press, and that was like $329. So that's the most expensive thing that I had to buy one time. But it's not, when you look at it for my business, it really isn't that much to either start or continue.
Okay. Okay. And it's interesting that you make all your T-shirts by hand because some
Yes.
people go through websites where they're made in a factory and a person could just order them. So like the fact that you are taking time out of your day and telling yourself I don't want to go through a factory, I want to do it the old-fashioned way and actually make the T-shirts myself. So like tell me, like, does it sometimes take you all day to design T-shirts? Like you'll spend like an entire day stamping, copy pasting or whatever?
No, believe it or not, well, I haven't gotten any like real large orders. Like the only time it's going to take you all day to do a T-shirt order is if your order is like 100 to 200 to 300 T-shirts. Like to print.
Curse.
Yes, and I would like that blessing minus the curse. If anybody wants to order a T-shirt that and you want 300 of them, no problem. Let me know. But no, it really doesn't take that long. Like, because once you print out the design, you print out all the designs because each design has to be on separate pieces of paper.
Okay, makes sense.
It still takes her all day. Like if like I had an order for 5 T-shirts, I had to print it out. Once I printed it out, and to press the T-shirts itself, it probably took me 20 minutes. Because just to press one shirt is like 60 seconds. Like you put it down one time, you take it over, you put it to the side. Now the whole process, just to print the shirt, yes, it takes 60 seconds, but the whole process of it may or may not take you all day because you have to do the design of the T-shirt. You got to get approval for the design of the T-shirt. You got to inspect the design to make sure there's no flaws. The ink came out properly. There's no streaks nowhere. God forbid if you have a computer problem, then that might take you all day. So it's certain things that will add on to it. But, once you get into a rhythm, then yeah, it's close it, print, pick it up, look at it, put it to the side, close it, print. There you go.
Wow. So have you ever had a computer problem yourself?
Oh, we're not going to talk about equipment problems. Let me tell you, like people show videos, right? Of like, oh yeah, I had this, and they have all these machines, going at one time. Let one of them bad boys decide to not work that day, okay? and
Oh wow.
There's a machine called the Cricut. That's pretty much it's what a Cricut is. It's a pattern cutter, so
Okay.
it cuts our patterns. It does a part that says cut and print, so
Right.
you can print from your computer, and then it will cut around the design, so we can take it. So we don't have to cut by hand. So it
Right.
takes away scissors. So that's pretty much the shortest version of what I can explain to you what that is. And once you do that, there is a needle there that if that needle decides to break, yes,
Okay.
you hopefully whoever, I don't wish this on nobody, has an extra. Then you have to calibrate the machine all over again when you put new equipment on it. That takes some time. Just to calibrate it takes about 10-15 minutes. Or if you're doing a print and cut and your computer decides not to want to talk to the printer, and nobody wants to talk to each other, so you can't print what's on the computer onto your Cricut so you can get it cut out. So yes, that has happened.
Oh yeah,
That's the most irritating thing. Oh my God. Or when you get, or when you get everything and design, you get the design printed, everything decides, all your electronics decides to talk to each other properly, and then you get it and you want to get it cut so the lines will be nice and smooth so you can get it on the t-shirt. And because I have a Cricut, there's a thing called a silhouette too, so it's two different names. Okay. But then my Cricut decides to not want to read the die lines so it can cut it.
Oh wow.
So you're spending like 10, 15 minutes trying to figure out, why aren't you reading the lines so you can cut out my pattern so I can put it on my t-shirt.
Yeah. Understandable. Pretty Louise said, have you ever had an unsatisfied customer? And if so, what was the outcome? Oh. You got a story, don't you? And I want to know.
Okay, so because this story is very recent.
Okay.
It actually happened. It happened this year. It probably happened about 3 months ago. It's not the fact that she was unhappy. She didn't understand the lingo that I was talking. Short story. So, because it can be kind of long. And I don't know how much time we got.
Okay.
So, short story, she wanted a bunch of t-shirts printed out. She wanted about 32 shirts printed out.
Oh, wow. Huge order.
We discussed it was a big order. We discussed, I modified the design. I didn't create it from just me. She sent me the design, and I modified it and made it more of the design. So I guess you could say I kind of created it. We talked about creating the design. We talked about what kind of t-shirt she wanted. We talked about if she wanted on polyester or cotton. We talked about if she wanted vinyl or sublimation t-shirts. We'll explain what sublimation t-shirts are later. We talked about who was getting the t-shirt, everything. What sizes that she wanted, and exactly how many t-shirts she wanted to have. Went through all of that. There was a printing issue that I tried to explain to her,
right.
What was going on, for the reason I couldn't get her design to print on the t-shirt. And it was a black t-shirt, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't printing on her t-shirt. It was a red design, like a reddish oranges design, but it wouldn't print on the black t-shirt, and I couldn't figure out at the time why I wasn't doing that.
Right.
So I contacted her. It took me 4 days to get her on the phone.
4 days? But
4 days. I followed her on social media. So I was like, we followed each other. We were actually supposed to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
So we followed each other's social media. We had each other's phone number. She physically could call me. So I was calling her phone. Like, I wasn't just emailing her. Because she never checked her email anyway. But it took me 4 days to get her on the phone. She was on live. I'll talk to her in the live. Oh, I'll call you tomorrow. Oh, I was busy today. Oh, so forth and so on. Oh, I had a doctor's appointment. Oh, da-da-da-da. It was always something. So after the 4th day, I just randomly called her. Didn't even text her or anything, just randomly called her. I was like, let me see if she's going to answer the phone. So in that period of time, I realized what I was doing wrong, why it wouldn't print on the t-shirt. So I found the solution. So in those 4 days, I was like, okay, so I can get it on a t-shirt now. No problem. So I still needed to tell her while I was blowing up her phone, even though I found what I was doing wrong. And I'm explaining to her, what was going on. She took it as I didn't want to print it on the t-shirt, or I was trying to take her money, and since I have her money, I didn't want to do it anymore, and that was not the case at all. I literally was trying to explain to her that the design that you chose, wasn't showing up on the black t-shirt, and it showed up on the white t-shirt instead. Would you like for it to be put on the white t-shirt? She said, no, I really want it on the black t-shirt. And I was like, okay, no problem. I can still put it on the black t-shirt because now I have the materials and everything, so I can get it on the black t-shirt. I don't know if she didn't understand that. She took it the wrong way, but she was like, I want my refund. I want my money back. And I'm like, you only sent me the money to pay for the t-shirts. I went through my own vendor to get the t-shirts because it's 32 t-shirts. We're not going to Walmart to go pick up no 32 t-shirts. That's going to cost way too much.
Right.
So, of course, as a business person, you're going to go with suppliers and vendors and stuff like that. So that's what I did. That was another thing. She got upset because she thought that I wouldn't let her get the t-shirts. I'm like, but you want me to print the t-shirts? I need to make sure it's the right kind of fabric.
Right.
So just let me get the t-shirts. Like, I didn't understand that logic.
Right.
And I was like, okay, no problem. So I got the t-shirts. She paid for the t-shirts. So that refund that she asked for, I was like, your refund is in the t-shirts. So do you want me to send the t-shirts? Because that is your refund. Like, in order for, I don't know, like some people don't realize, like, we order from other companies.
Right.
Big orders. For us to send that back, guess who has to pay for shipping? We do.
Right.
They don't pay for shipping. We have to pay for shipping. We have to pay for shipping. We have to pay for scheduling for them to pick it up. Because snail mail will pick it up from your house for free, but it will take forever in the nation to get to your house. So if you want FedEx or UPS, you have to pay for them to come to your house to pick it up. Or you can drop it off at their facility. But we still have to pay for this back. And it's not going to be the same amount that we paid to get it to us, because $5 shipping from a big company, they can afford to charge you $5 for shipping. When we have to ship it back to them, it's like $15, $20. So I'm like, she sent me a text message. After we finished talking, go back to that. After we finished talking, and we're actually talking on the phone, and she's like, okay, so you can print the shirts out, right? Yes, no problem. Great. Beautiful. Absolutely awesome. Get off the phone. I thought we were done. She understood that I just had a problem when I couldn't find how to get it on there, but it was on there now. We were all done. We discussed everything. Everybody was happy. There was no argument. Nothing.
Right.
An hour later, I get a text message from her that said, oh, I don't feel comfortable with you printing the shirts anymore. You said that you didn't want to refund me my money, which was a lie. So you can just send me the shirts. When I saw that, I was like, Okay, no problem. So after I didn't see that text message until after I bought the material to make sure to get her design on the t-shirt.
Oh
And
wow.
then I bought it and I bought the material with my own money.
Damn.
My own money. And then to make sure I got the material on time, I ordered from two different vendors to make sure one of them was going to get to my house on time. So
Right.
I can make sure to get her t-shirts because she also wanted her t-shirts the following week. So because I had to order what I needed to order, of course that was shipping time. You know, UPS is slow. United States Postal Service
Yes.
is slow. FedEx, they didn't even offer FedEx. So
Right.
I was like, in my mind, I was like, okay, so one was close to me, one was in Wisconsin, and one was in Florida. So I was like, one of them is going to get to me faster. So I ordered two. So a few hours later, when I see the text message, I was like, seriously? No problem. She wants her t-shirts back, and okay, no problem. So I couldn't cancel my orders because they
Right.
already went through. So I was like, it is what it is now. So let me just go on UPS. I went on UPS and started looking for a shipping label and see how much the shipping label was going to be.
Right.
So I got the shipping label. The shipping label was like $14. Again, I paid this out of my money, my pocket, not because I couldn't pay for it out the money that she paid because she only paid for the t-shirts.
Right.
So all of
Okay.
her money that she wanted a refund for was in the shirts. Like, so I couldn't use any of her money. So I paid for the shipping label, I paid for them to pick it up. Because at that time I didn't have a way to get to UPS, so I had to pay for them to come and pick it up. That was $14. So we're looking at roughly around like $30 or so, because it was like $14 and some change that I had to pay out of my pocket to get you your box. I promptly, once I got the shipping label, I emailed her the shipping label. I texted her the shipping number. And then I was like, you know what? No problem. Okay. No, they didn't stop there. Mm-mm.
Oh God. Oh God.
It didn't stop there. Mm-mm.
Oh
So,
God.
the next day,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be some really good content for you. The next day, I get woken up out my sleep to a phone call that says, "Oh, I'm not going to mention anybody's name.
Okay.
One of my friends called me and woke me up out my sleep and was like, 'Hey, Davina, so such and such is on their group chat saying that you trying to steal her money and she won't she don't trust you and the blah blah blah.'" And I'm just like, what? Am I asleep? Am I dreaming? What is going on here? Okay, so I got up. I went to go check this message that I got from TikTok. They decided to make a TikTok bashing me with the text message.
What? Are you kidding
Mm-hmm.
me? How many followers did they have? Did a lot of people see that video?
I don't know how many people like at the end saw it, but I do know some people saw it because she even tagged me in the video. And when you tag somebody,
Oh God! Oh
yeah,
God!
it goes to you. So all of her friends was trying to pretty much explain to her what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So because they were more agreeing with me, because it was like, no, that's not what she was saying. That's not what she was doing. And once I explained the situation, it was like, well, why did she take it like that? I don't know.
Like, what the hell's going on in your life to make you post a TikTok of bashing me because of a miscommunication? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it pretty much was all over a miscommunication. Instead of her asking me, well, okay, so I don't understand that what you're saying. Can you explain it better, or can you explain it more? Because of course, if you're not in the t-shirt making field or in the crafting field, like a lot of our lingo or our language, some people might not understand what it is.
Right.
And so, they're just like, what? Just like he was like, what's a cricket? Like, it's not the little green thing that's outside making all the noise.
No.
Like, so I was trying to explain to her the best the way I could, but apparently she did not understand it. And so when I explained it to her other friends that she was trying to bash me with, because at that time we had a lot of mutual friends, and I was in this group with her, so she pretty much brought all the drama, all the miscommunication to them, and then they were coming to me. It was like, Davina, what's going on? Da 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 da. And so I explained to them, and it was like, well, wait, why did she do that? Why did she? What? I don't understand what she thought you did wrong. That was a whole situation.
Damn.
So when when that
episode.
So when that young lady said, "Oh, have you ever had a that, yeah, she was the biggest one that I ever had that had like the biggest complaint or gripe or something that had to deal with what I was doing.
Yeah, that was a really crappy thing for her to do, to post it all on social media because she wants people to gas her up and be like, yeah, like she was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand. I can't stand when people do that when they try to seek validation for BS. You know what I mean?
And so the outcome to that, there was, and again, I'm not going to say anybody's name. There was an event that I was supposed to go to and be part of, and it was a fashion show. It was a very large fashion show at that.
Okay.
One of the guys who was running the fashion show knew her.
Oh.
She actually referred me to him to make his cups, because I make these cups that have crowns on top of them, like the crowns you put on your head. I have cups that you can put crowns on top of, and he saw them because I was doing my own live on my page, and he came over and he saw them, and he was like, "Oh, I really like them. Can I order some?" No problem. So I was going to be in, but then I ended up being a vendor in his fashion show. So yeah. She must have reached out to him and was like, no, you don't need to use her anymore. I don't know what was said. I just know I wasn't in it anymore. I was taken out of it.
Are you fucking... excuse my language. Are you freaking serious right now?
Yep.
That's crazy. I am so sorry that even happened to you. That's crazy. Oh my God!
And
wow!
All over a miscommunication, and I'm not going to say she was completely in fault. I would say the only thing, and everybody has said this, the only thing that I did wrong as a business owner is not have a contract.
Okay, makes sense.
And I learned from that. And I took from that, and it did hurt a lot, because my business is not a big business. It's going to be a big business.
Oh yeah,
it's not a big business at this point of time, but it will be. And then when it gets there, it's going to be even bigger than I can even imagine.
Right.
But you, you do something so awful and so detrimental to somebody's well-being. You attacking somebody's character because you couldn't be woman enough to come to me and ask me what I was talking about.
Exactly. And I 1,000% agree with you. You know, she could have been like, yo, what's a cricket? Yo, what's this? Yo, what's that? Instead of making assumptions and, you know, trying to be hurtful towards you. I don't think that person was ever your real friend in the first place, if you want me to be completely truthful with you. Like,
No, absolutely not. And yeah, that friendship flourished, like ended immediately.
oh yeah,
Like, 'cause I was like,
you blocked on everything after that.
yeah, she blocked on everything, everything. Nope, I don't. She's blocked on TikTok. She's blocked on Instagram. She's blocked on Facebook. I don't even know if she has one, but she blocked on there too. You know.
Super blocked, pretty much.
And I blocked some of her friends too.
Oh,
because yeah.
Horrible. And then
because you know. Oh yeah. No, I actually didn't block her phone on my phone because I was like, if she called me, I want to know it's you. Because once you block somebody on your phone, it doesn't show up their name anymore. And, you know, yeah.
Understandable.
Everybody does block.
Yeah. Well, like I said, at least you set those boundaries and she disrespected you in the worst way possible. And, you know, I'm really glad that you got away from her because, you know, for her to go to social media, was she always like that? Like running to social media every time something happened, like she'll get into an argument with her boyfriend, suddenly everybody knows about it. You know what I mean? Was she that, or was she just out to get you personally?
As far as I know, because I didn't know her for that long, but as far as I know, like she had a situation that was similar to mine.
Right.
But she handled that one differently than she handled mine. Like mine, she was like coming for the throat, like coming for my character, coming for my business, coming for everything, coming for, you know, just absolutely just spreading lies. The other person, from what I was told, you know, she let them explain themselves. They apologized. You know, he didn't want to have anything else to do with her, but, you know, he didn't like she didn't come for his throat though. Like it was like worse with me for whatever reason, and I was just like, okay,
some personal against you that she always had.
But I was told like she brings her own personal drama to social media. And she's one of those type of people who wants the sympathy of the world.
Yeah, who needs
she
people
wants to be
hyping her
known.
up.
She wants. Pretty much. She had a lot of people, you know, to do that. But, like, in the beginning, she was a very nice person, nice and considerate. You know, if I was live, she went to people. She went, like, while I was live, she went live and then sending people over to my live so more people would be in my live, you know.
That's how they reel you in. That's how the narcissist reels you in.
Ooh, we're not going to talk about narcissists. Holy Jesus.
Because from what you're telling me, it sounds like a narcissist. And it sounds like, you know, that's what narcissists usually do is like they reel you in and they have this, and they're super charming. And then as soon as they got you, that mask slowly starts falling off their face and then they start showing their true colors. And I bet you, no matter what you said or what you did, she tried to turn it around on you and make it seem like it was all your fault.
Absolutely. Like I didn't talk to her anymore after that. Like absolutely, I didn't talk to her anymore after that because I was just like, I don't want to hear your explanations. I don't want to hear your sorry, even if you're going to apologize. I don't want to hear nothing out your mouth. Like,
well, to be honest with you, I'm also glad that you have restraint because she messed up your money and your business. You know what I mean? Like, if people get punched in the face for stuff like that. Like people, really get hurt for things like that. So I'm glad that you have restraint and wasn't on like no on-site stuff or nothing like that. Like I'm glad that she was like, you know what, block, 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 block. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She was lucky. She's lucky she doesn't live in the state of Maryland.
Oh.
That's the only reason. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She doesn't live in the state of Maryland. Yeah.
Wow.
I was ready to drive all the way to NC and beat somebody down.
You can say whatever you want on here. This podcast, this free speech. We ain't on no FCC. You can say you was ready to whoop her ass, and I wouldn't even care.
Yeah. Oh, I don't cuss, so it's weird.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. It's you. It's not weird. But
yeah.
I will say, like, for her to do that, it's just I'm like I said before, I'm glad that you got away from her, and hopefully that's the only bad customer experience you have, unless you have a couple more stories.
No, that literally. No, like literally, that is the only one since I started. Because my business started, because I actually started my business January 2021. So January 1st, 2021 was the grand opening of my business. So when everybody else was doing, was partying and, celebrating the New Year's and everything, I was getting ready for my grand opening. So from then to now, she literally, that's the only unhappy customer that I've ever had. Like everybody else, of the product. They did reviews on the product. They have TikTok videos out there. They have Instagram videos out there. I have on my website, you can leave reviews now once you buy something. People like my products. I never had a complaint other than her. And even before, even after her, I have nothing but rave reviews on my products.
Wow.
Like that was the weirdest thing I ever experienced ever, and I was like, I didn't even know how to handle it because I was just like, what is going on here? Like, like my mom was telling me, he was like, you gotta come for her, right? You gotta come for her, right? Like she brought, like when I tell you, my mom was telling me, she was like, you're gonna have to make a post to combat to what she was saying because she messing with your business. And I wasn't like video calling my mom, but I could tell you she was like this like the whole time, like you gotta get her. I was like, mommy, no, I can't. I'm the nice, quiet one, I'm not going to, and I was like, and I didn't, like, the whole thing of why I didn't make a TikTok video after hers, or make a video period after hers, I didn't want to get famous over something negative.
Yes.
Like, and then use my platform, because it's big now, for other things, but I didn't want the start of going viral or whatever, over something so trivial. Like,
makes sense.
So so that's why I didn't make a video after that. A lot of people said I should have, but
no, don't give it to
I was like, I don't want to do that.
Okay,
no.
So unfortunately, we do have to wrap this interview up, but it's been very interesting talking to you. Wow. I'm not going to lie. Listen. I'm not going to hold you. I think this is one of the best episodes I've done so far.
Oh, thank you.
No,
I appreciate that. Yes. And this is my first one. Like, I've never been on anybody's podcast before, so I'm, like, super excited. Like, hopefully you didn't hear any weird noises in the background.
No, I didn't hear anything. So the good thing is that this podcast will be available everywhere, Spotify, Apple, anywhere that you can stream podcasts. It will be available within the next 48 to 72 hours, so definitely look out for that. And, thank you so much for doing this interview. You really, really, like I said, you really made this very interesting. Like, I'm going to go back and
Yeah.
watch this interview myself over and over again because of how interesting it was. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And just so you know, because I know it's going to be on different social medias and podcast platforms and everything, my website is Boss Designs. So that's BAWSEDESIGNZ.com. Instagram, Boss Designs, TikTok, Boss Designs. I will be coming out with a YouTube channel. I do have one, and it's named Boss Designs. So pretty much every social media, Twitter is Boss Designs. You can find me everywhere. I do make handmade custom tumblers. I know some people on the podcast can't see, but I did have some product beside me to show so you can see exactly what I do. And for the anime loving people, this is my daughter's cup.
That is beautiful.
So this is a cup that I made her, and this has her name on it in Japanese characters.
Oh, wow.
And then my daughter is also a writer, so this has her writer's name on there. So,
wow.
But yes, this is a cup that I made for my daughter.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yo, for anybody that's seeing this, like, definitely go check out Boss Designs. Like, she's extremely talented. I think I'm about to go purchase something from you because, from what you're showing me, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
this one isn't directly on my website because I couldn't put it on there because of the copyright stuff that's on there. But if you go on, when you go order it and you look up the Sublimation 30-ounce tumblers, there's a part where the description where you a request, and you can put whatever you want in there. So if you want, since you can be like, I want your daughter's cup. Then I will print these designs out, and that's what will come on your cup. And then you'll let me know what lettering you want on there.
Okay, definitely.
But
Thank you. Thank you so much for this interview. I will see you later, and you guys can catch the interview, like I said, everywhere you can stream podcasts within the next 2 to 3 days. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.